Beautiful people. How y'all doing? Welcome to another episode of Conversations Unleashed. It is Rising Together. It is Michael Bonner here, your host, one of your favorite teachers, one of your favorite speakers, one of your favorite human beings. I am so glad to be here with y'all. From checking the calendar, we are in the second week of March already. 2026 is on a roll. It's moving. And I hope that all of y'all are feeling okay and feeling good. If you have not, please go ahead and like this podcast, subscribe on YouTube. If you're listening to it in the car, I appreciate every time that y'all post something. To be honest with you, when it comes to the content in the education realm right now, y'all, it's a lot of boring stuff happening. And what is boring? Doing the things that need to be done. In my class, we're really just working on systems and things, trying to keep things in order, so that these kids can show some type of growth. I will tell you this though, that spring is definitely here. Some of the behaviors and things I'm seeing, you get to you'll know for sure that spring is here. But today's episode is going to be fun because I got a chance to do something that I really wanted to do, and I'll also get a chance to speak a truth I've always wanted to speak, and I think it'll be good. So listen, you want a good story, you want a good time to just come kick it with a incredible man who's trying to do something great in this world, come kick it with me for the next, I don't know, 9 minutes, 10 minutes. And let's dive into this educational topic on Miss Erin Topp, $5,000, and how people stress me out sometimes. All right, let's go. All right. So I don't even know if my sound and stuff is working on this end of my studio, but we're a teacher. We'll keep pushing. How do I want to do this podcast episode? If you would have told me exactly 10 years ago that my life would be like it is right now, I would have called you a bold-faced liar. 2016, I remember I filed for my divorce May 2nd, 2016 at Pitt County Courthouse. I remember going to my first trip, international trip by myself, Jamaica, May 2016, June 2016, excuse me. And y'all, one of the things that changed my life from 2016 was just the willingness to try to do something different and when your back is against the wall. So that's the year ultimately that led to Ellen DeGeneres' moment. And that moment happened so fast. Now, I want to be clear, going viral then versus going viral now is different because then you had social media and Instagram and Facebook and things like that. But now it is, you go viral and you may be there for a day or two and then it's boom, it's on to the next thing because social media stuff is moving so fast. But what happened was shortly after the show, Ellen invited me to the show, and there is this unique piece that happened. And the unique piece was this: Ellen gave us about $25,000, and I actually have that check here. I kept it with me. And then what happened was she put up a GoFundMe for everyone to donate to the incredible school, South Greenwood Elementary. Now, I had no control over that money. The county didn't have any control over that money. And it was unique because it was almost like, hey, we've given you this money, but it's not yours. So I remember Miss Katie Richardson, who I love and I still keep in touch with to this day. Katie Richardson, if you're watching this podcast, I can't thank God enough for you. I'm gonna always give you your flowers publicly, you and Mrs. Singleton. Mrs. Richardson, who's my witness, we sat down and we made this cart because at the school we were serving, um, kids needed uniforms and y'all, they needed things, basic necessities. And we built this cart and we said, look, we can even get this shed and we can store the stuff inside of it. And I remember going to the SIT committee with the plan, the school improvement team. And we had a plan for $4,000 and we had a plan for $2,000. And they denied both of those plans. I think as I get older, I'll be able to articulate my level of frustration and disgust with that particular decision. But Now that I'm older, I'm recognizing that some things don't happen by mistake. Sometimes they're a part of the plan. So that day ignited a fire within me. And what it did was it showed me that there are a lot of people in this world who genuinely want to make good change. There are people that really want to impact others in a positive way, but there's a lot of red tape that is surrounding that said individual in that county or whatever. I can't tell y'all how many times I've been to different places to speak and et cetera. And there's certain red tape things that they don't want you to say or dive into. And I get it, right? Because politics and things and education, people say education isn't political. That's a debate. That's an anonymous thing, right? That's a good conversation for that. But y'all, that moment had me so heated. So since 2017, um, I started my business, Bonneville. And what I do is I go around and speak and I work with Fortune 500 companies and they pay me to either advertise, help with the spread the word on something, whatever the case. And what I've done is I try to save a little portion of that money to give back to teachers who I know are genuinely working their behind off. Now, Erin Topp is a teacher that's been to RCA, I think twice. Erin has been there, but she's a dynamic educator. There's no question about it. And on her guided reading sign, she has do not interrupt her guided reading session unless it's Michael Bonner or the soccer player. So I was working with Home Depot the past weekend or two, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna go surprise her at her school. I didn't know, y'all, that this lady, Miss Top, just had brain surgery. She told me she was prepping for it, but she literally had it that Wednesday, and I was there on that Friday. And y'all, I got there, and her admin, shout out to Principal Plain and all of those great admin at that great, incredible school. Y'all, they allowed me to surprise her and just to hug Erin. I mean, the baby's face was swollen. She just had brain surgery 2 days before. And that moment meant so much to me because we were able to bless her. I wrote her a little card. Um, I also am going to donate money to the school for the PBIS, some stuff I didn't announce. And I also gave her money specifically for her classroom. And if transparently speaking, when I went in, I was like, okay, 1,000 or 2,000 will be enough. But something came over me where I blurted out 5,000. Right, Erin, you take 5,000 and you go do something for you. You go and make your classroom a safe haven for these beautiful babies. And y'all, every time I actually sit and think about it, because I'm constantly moving and constantly working, it makes me a little emotional because I'm living in a prayer that I once prayed. At one time, I was denied to help my own school and kids. And now to be in a position where I can help others feels good. And I know the next level of that is collaborating with other people who have way more funds than Mr. Bonner and to try to help teachers. Transparently, Erin is an incredible teacher. So many people vouch for her. So I know that $5,000 investment into her classroom, into her own materials, will forever change the lives of those students. I saw the kids, how they hugged her and lit up when she came into that classroom because they were not expecting to see their teacher. She's a gem. And I also know what it feels like to be inside of environments, and this isn't her, but you don't have the resources needed to make the change that you needed to make. So when I sit and think about reflection as an educator, I'm trying my best to uplift my community, and it felt incredible to do that for her. It felt incredible to do that for her. And ironically, if y'all want more juicy stuff, let's keep it going. Turn it up a little bit more, because let's get into a little bit more. That moment really blessed me because I just talked to one of my leaders, Miss Kimberly Bearden, and she is so incredible. She has been a light, a lighthouse to me sometimes in the sea of me trying to navigate being a teacher in a business. And what I found out is, everyone, that there's a piece that says a prophet is without honor in their own home. And I say that because there has been so many times where I have tried to create systems to help my people back home at my previous universities. And y'all, it was burning me out. Like, I was getting so annoyed and frustrated because I'm thinking to myself, here I am as a black man, trying my best to do what I can to do in education, help my community, etc. And y'all are marginalizing me. Y'all are stopping me from your willingness to say yes. Let's just do this. And Mrs. Bearden said something so kind and gentle one day. She was like, "You will learn, to help those that want to be helped, um, and you will know when it's time to bless someone." And that really made me happy. There's more to that $5,000 story that I will not get into today because I don't believe in being messy and I don't believe in throwing people under the bus. What I will say is though, I am glad that money went to Miss Top. That money um, is something I put aside for the year. I set a budget to help bless teachers. And I'm glad her situation, God allowed that to align. And to the last piece, as I said in the title about people getting on your nerves, I'm recognizing that if it wasn't for human beings, y'all, we wouldn't be able to grow as far as character development. I heard a pastor say this really good one time. He was saying that we need both dysfunctional and functional human beings to grow, to build our character, because how can you truly work on forgiveness if no one ever offends you? How can you truly work on saying no to gossip if you don't have people that love to gossip? So when I say I don't like people, y'all, I'm a lover of people. Sometimes I get frustrated with people. And in this journey, this episode, I'm going to make this as a reminder to myself another 10 years from now when things are bigger and better, that you're going to run into people who may not necessarily agree with what you're doing. And it doesn't matter what you change about yourself. Some people are dedicated to just who they are and the level of dysfunction stuff that they're at and how they see the world. And things won't change when they change, they'll change when you change. Right? For a period of time, I'm going to be honest, I was so frustrated because I thought in the education system, well, y'all will want to work with people who still teach and dress professionally, etc. And what I found out was, y'all, I was frustrated myself because people want to work with who they want to work with. My goal is from now on to change from trying to switch myself and change myself to be better for others. Now I just need to be great at whatever I'm doing, and everything else will follow suit. And I want you to be reminded of that. And just take this story from me helping Miss Top, and how I was denied early on, and how sometimes adversity is a part of the process. No, we just embrace that. And it's not easy. There's nothing easy about it. Um, but it's worth it. And I know a lot of you who listen to this podcast, if you listen to this podcast, you are not average by any means necessary. You are really technically um, outstanding. You're an outlier. You're a person who God has called to do incredible things in your life and your family. And there are certain things and stuff that you will go through that people don't want to talk about. And social media is not going to talk about it because it's not profitable for social media to be positive all the time. Rage and stuff sells. So if you take anything from this lesson today, remember that it is okay to be fueled by injustice. You can do something about it, and always know and understand that you are making a difference, whether you feel it or not. And if I'm honest, every day I don't feel the impact that people are saying that I'm making. Some days it's just like quiet. But what I'm learning in this season now is to give myself my own flowers and to also just share, stories like this that hopefully it will encourage you to let you know that, hey, you know what? Well, he has some opposition. Well, this went down with him and I've dealt with something like that. Well, what was his perspective and standpoint from it? And I hope that can help you somehow. All right. I love y'all. As always, I'm going to try to push out more episodes this week, but we're going to go ahead and wrap up today's episode. Be kind to other people, be kind to yourself, and never forget my particular slogan. You know this, y'all. It will always be legacy over likes. Take care of yourself. God bless you. I love you. Until next time, peace.